Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and today I'm going to teach you Twitch jungle in under 10 minutes. So starting off on Twitch, you want to start on your red buff 9 out of 10 times because you need your red buff to start ganking. In this case we have a thresh, so we're going to go in for an invade. Twitch is actually pretty strong in invades because of his E. It gives him so much damage early game. It's pretty much a quarter of somebody's HP, and whenever you're trying to get kills early, that is a lot. Luckily, I do pick up a kill in this invade. That'll let me go back and buy an item. It's not enough to go back and buy a 350 jungle item, so to buy the talisman, but it is enough for me to pick up a dagger of speed, so that's good enough for me. I'm not going to get a leash, but luckily since I have the dagger for the extra attack speed, I should be able to do this on my own. You're typically supposed to get a leash from your top laner whenever you do this. You're going to want to go ahead and send your top laner back top lane once the red buff is about 600 HP. At that point, they should leave and go back. Since I didn't get a leash, I didn't want to lose too much HP, so I popped a flask and I also smited it. Right as I'm about to enter the bush, I go invisible to avoid her seeing me. Gonna come up all the way behind her. Once I'm behind her, I'm gonna start shooting her. Luckily, Diana followed up. Since Diana starts moving forward, Orianna starts running away, so I begin shooting. Luckily, I already am behind her. Red buff, auto move, and between each auto attack, you need to be moving along to chase them. And I'm still moving, I'm not panicking. I don't need to flash because I'm still in auto range and my red's playing a slow. And here I could press E and risk it not killing her, but I walk forward, auto her one more time, and look, whenever she's out of range of my auto attacks, then I press my E. Even though I could have probably killed her sooner, I wanted to have 100% guarantee by getting that last auto. Even if I need to take one turret shot, that's okay. I'd rather take that turret shot to get off that extra auto and damage and one more proc of my poison, then press my E to expunge, then risk her getting away. It's very important to press your E only after you can't auto attack them anymore because your E has a lot more range than your auto attacks. Here I fuck up and take a level 2 point in my E. At level 3 you're supposed to take a point in your W, but I was being a dingleberry. Come up on her again, she has no flash, auto, and whenever she's out of range, then I use my E. If I had my W, you open up with your W for the slow and put it slightly behind them. Since she didn't have her flash, I could have probably killed her. She just warded the bush, so I know I'm probably not going to be able to do much. I'm just going to auto her once to get off my red buff and then expunge. I'm getting damage on her. She also doesn't have potions. This is going to give my mid laner a bigger lead. Even though I don't have much CS, I'm leeching a lot of XP off of my mid laner's farm. You get a lot of XP whenever a minion dies and you're nearby, so it's not too big of a deal. Always got to keep your eye on the mini-map. I saw Veigar was low top lane and Veigar's greedy for farm. I'm going to walk all the way up to him. I actually get a little bit too close without getting behind him, so I have to burn my flash, keep autoing him. And then whenever he's really low, I don't even press my E. I keep autoing him while he's in auto attack range, and since he couldn't kill me, I wasn't too worried about it. Here, I should have walked farther away from him to get behind him, but I was greedy and walked kind of straight at him, so he saw me, which forced me to burn my flash. It was unfortunate, but I still did get the kill. I'm pushing the lane to get XP and gold, plus my Susan is going the Dorn's ring, so he's going to be pushing in lane, so I'm not too worried about him missing stacks because he's just going for gold. Not too worried about it. It's more important that I get the gold right now. That sounds really greedy, but I was also pushing it in to force Veigar to teleport back. Veigar's low on HP again, just going to walk up, get right on him. He doesn't have flash, throw my flask behind him, auto attack, auto, and then press my E and he is dead. Whenever you know someone's flash is missing, it's really easy to gank them, so try to keep that in mind. For example, if you just gank mid lane and you blow Orianna's flash, you're like, oh, I should go back there soon before it's back up. That's just basic jungler mentality. Here, before I round the corner, I make sure I'm invisible so she can't see me. This is a hovering drive-by. I'm just going to wait till Diana goes in. She doesn't have to, but since she does, I'm going to now follow up. I stood just outside of turret range. You need to learn how far the turret can see you and when to recognize when it is seeing you. Here, I just stood slightly outside of it, wait for Diana to go in and kill her. Unfortunately, Mundo was waiting for Diana. He was in the area. Very unlucky for Diana. I get off a lot of damage onto Mundo, and I know his red buff is up, so I might as well come take it. Even though I'm Twitch, I know Mundo's low on HP, and he had to back, so I can easily take his buff. Gotta throw down my W in the bush. I'm not too scared of him since I do have red buff. I kind of want to keep him off my pink ward though. I see him going this way. I laid down a bunch of wards before I started taking his red buff. I laid one down right here and also one on his chickens as well. I'm just going to walk over here behind him, keep an eye on him. Right when he starts attacking it and gets in deep, I'm going to turn on him, smite him, throw down W, auto attack, and try to move away from him. It was actually really difficult to kite him because he smited me with his blue smite, which slowed me down a lot. And I'm also not that strong yet and don't have boots, but I made it work. Diana didn't even get an assist, so I completely soloed Mundo on my own. He wasn't level 6. I had a red buff, and I waited till the chickens were attacking him, so it was pretty free. Thresh is feeling a little bit spicy, a little bit like Madlift. He completely wastes his flash and hooks in. Luckily, Leona comes out like a dingleberry. I pop my ult, auto attack. In between autos, you need to get really good at moving. That way you can stay with the enemy. We do get the kill onto Leona because I expunged right as she's about to walk out of range of my E. Once again, even when your ultimate is on, your E has more range than your auto attack, so press it after you can't auto attack them anymore. And in that case, we got the kill because I had red buff on her, I expunged and thrush had ignited her, so there's very little Leona could have done. It was like a super strong true damage poison. Gonna clear out these camps. One cool thing about ganking alot is whenever you come back and do your jungle, they'll be really low on HP, your camps, because they'll only be like level 2, level 3, and you can clear them pretty quickly. So here I'm picking up my camps very fast, coming in for a gank. Orianna isn't really pushing up, so I can't get her. Gonna follow her and see if she makes a mistake, but she doesn't. She keeps playing it safe. Gonna come down to take scuttles. Scuttles are a great thing to take on Twitch because they give you so much gold. Here my ultimate is up and I have red buff, so I want to come in here and pick up some kills. I was going to kill Leona and get the reset on my Q. However, Mundo comes in behind me and messes me up. I do still get the kill, but I died. Mundo did a lot of damage, plus he slowed me a bunch. If Mundo wasn't there, I probably could have gotten a triple kill, or at the very least a double kill onto the Leona and Veigar, because the Veigar stun was down. Here I'm coming back for vengeance, going to activate my Q. Come in, throw down W right onto Tristan for the slow auto attack. As she turns onto me, I back up a little bit away from Leona and keep hitting her. Pick up a double kill. All this gold is going to help me snowball even harder. The best time to get Dragon and when it's most free is whenever you kill the enemy bot lane, because there's nobody to contest you. You just take it for absolutely free, not really risking much, unless the enemy laner is really fed. Enemy mid laner, in which case you are risking a little bit. Just dodge the Veigar W and I'm fine. The most important thing to know when you're playing Twitch is to avoid the enemy's strongest spells and CCs. For example, with Veigar stun, never walk into the edge of it, otherwise you'll die. It's better to risk getting hit by a Q than it is to get hit by his rock, because rock does so much more damage. This is an example of how to smite on Twitch when you're out smiting somebody. Just whenever it gets low enough and you can't quite smite it yet, press your E and then smite it. Your E takes a moment to travel, so by the time you press smite, it'll happen all at once. So just E and immediately smite, and you'll have a super smite on your hands. You'll win the smite fight pretty much 9 out of 10 times with this, assuming you're not trying to smite fight a Nunu or a Warwick or something like that, because Warwick's Q smite and Nunu's Q smite are really strong. Here, I use my invisibility to get over here into this bush. They don't know I'm here. I'm just waiting for Veigar. You kind of have to play like you're playing Evelyn whenever you're playing jungle Twitch. Gonna come up, run straight at him. As long as I dodge a stun, which I do, I'm fine. Activate ult, smite, auto attack, and he is dead. He panicked a little bit. He might have been able to kill me if he played that a little bit better. He was just expecting his stun to get me. I have red buff and minions, so I really want to take this turret. Or I knew Orianna was coming, but I didn't know her flash was up and her ult, but she did a good play, flash ult, and killed me. It was my bad. The moment I saw her, I should have backed up. At this point, the game really is over and the enemies have had enough. They know I'm too fed and they can't do much. Before I wrap this video up, I want to talk about some of the boring stuff on Twitch real quick. Never get the Hunter's Potion. It's a huge waste of gold. Also, the mana on the Hunter's Potion goes completely wasted because Twitch isn't mana hungry whatsoever. For your first item that you finish building, you should really finish building your Blood Razor. You really need the damage. It'll also help your clears out quite a bit. Typically after your Blood Razor, then you want to get your Boots of Mobility. It'll help your ganks out and get you around the map. Blade of the Rune King is a great item on Twitch Jungle, however, it isn't mandatory. The only two items that are mandatory on Twitch Jungle are your Blood Razor and your Hurricane. Your masteries on Twitch are very simple. You pretty much just want to take Fervor, and that's by far the most important. I like taking 12 and Cunning because it'll help you out with your clears. You'll have your red buff more often, and overall give you more damage than taking Resolve. For your runes on Jungle Twitch, a very simple AD carry page, except instead of taking any MR on your blues, you're going to be taking 9 flat attack speeds. This is going to help out with your clears and your ganks. And that's how you play Twitch in 10 minutes or less.